Jesus wants to speak, so I'm going to speak with Jesus. Come, divine will, speaking my speaking, breathing my breathing, thinking my thinking, and let I just fuse His teaching into your holy and divine will. So, a very brief one. I will develop this topic a little bit more in subsequent videos. But I want to talk to you about Saint Joseph. The first modern document on Saint Joseph, probably the first document in the church, though I can't state that categorically, was released or published on the 15th of August 1889 by Pope Leo XIII. That was a mere 3 weeks before Luisa Picaretta first received the gift of living in the divine will, granted on the eve of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary, the 7th of September 1889. So there's this beautiful correlation between St. Joseph and the gift of living in the divine will. A little over, just under 100 years later, Pope John the 23rd would dedicate the Second Vatican Council to St. Joseph for his protection, for him to watch over it. Ironically, a council of so many words, if you like, consecrated to a man of silence. Pope Francis gives us the year of St. Joseph, adds in names of St. Joseph, titles of St. Joseph to the litany, writes a document on him, as did John Paul II and other popes. So we're living in an era of St. Joseph, and this is really important for us to pay attention to in respect of the writings of Louisa, the era in which we live. We'll also think about probably the greatest theologian in the church at the moment on the topic of Louisa's writings, the one who has the doctoral thesis, Father Joseph Hinutzi, arguably named after the great saint. I say arguably because I don't know for certain, but I'm assuming he was. A man who I listen to his teachings regularly and find them incredibly powerful. So look at what God has done. God gives us a man of silence so that we can listen more intently to the message He wants to give us, both with our ears and with our heart. And He gives us new teaching on St. Joseph, more books on St. Joseph, more theology on St. Joseph. The beautiful Consecration to St. Joseph that was released a couple of years ago by the wonderful American priest whose name slips me at this moment in time. So I would encourage you, if you haven't already done it, to look at your devotion to St. Joseph. He is being made the patron of the universal church. Okay, which means he is our patron. He is your patron. And God sends us special graces through him. If you want to grow in your interior life, in your spiritual life, so many saints say, go to Joseph. One of my favorites is Saint Teresa of Avila. And she places her whole mystical journey. She says the whole thing is because of Saint Joseph. When she turned to him, everything turned. Not her words, but, paraphrasing. Everything changed. So I rededicate myself to Saint Joseph regularly. But now, at this moment in time, where I am, August 2023, I'm feeling this call to really place myself in the hands of Saint Joseph and plead with him for all the graces of the interior life so that I may grow in and take possession of this incredible gift that Jesus has given us, the gift of living in the divine will, to go through those different stages of growth, to journey in my interior life into a deeper union with God. Place yourself in the hands of St. Joseph. Do not hesitate. Do it now. Jesus, we consecrate ourselves to St. Joseph, your earthly father, and the one whom you have placed in a special place in heaven, who is the guardian, the patron of the universal church, and thus a mediator of particular graces for us. So we ask you, St. Joseph, please help us to listen carefully to God to his instructions, to his teaching, especially through the writings, through the writings of the servant of God, Luisa Picaretta. I pray for everyone listening that you, St. Joseph, would teach us how to quieten our hearts, and as we read Luisa's writings, as we listen to her teachings, that our hearts will be particularly hungry and thirsty for every crumb, for every morsel, for every piece of rich food that the Father presents to us through Luisa's writings. And as we eat, may we be set ablaze. Thank you, St. Joseph, for your beautiful intercession. Amen. Fiat.